Hello, my name's Greg Hedges. I head up our learning and development team here at Computer World. I also specialise in workspace transformation and Microsoft modern workplace projects. Today I'm going to be taking some of your time, around 10 minutes or so, to look at learning and development strategy in IT and why it's important within IT. So first and foremost, it's important to understand what a learning and development strategy is, which essentially is a strategy that outlines how an organisation develops workplace or workforce's capabilities, skills and competencies to remain successful. It's a key part of the overall business strategy. The L&D strategy has to reflect the overall business strategy and drive progress directly towards that. It must also align with the broad people strategy and align with other departmental strategies, for example, IT. A key element of L&D strategy will be meeting the organisation's performance needs through the development of all employees. In practice, it may focus on those identified as high-performing or high-potential individuals, which we call talent, who are critical to the long-term success of an organisation. This can typically include mentoring programs with senior leaders, development programs, and project-based learning. Some organisations have broader range of interventions, adopting a more inclusive approach to employee development. Why is L&D important in IT? I think it goes without saying to a degree that IT as an industry is continually changing and has technological advances very frequently. So it's important that we in learning and development support the IT's changes and advancements. Upskilling, of course, is always important in IT, and equally, considering recent times and the recent climates, reskilling is also becoming very important as well. Future-proofing an organisation is hugely important in terms of the benefits going forward, and also proactive instead of reactive types of learning engagements. Historically in IT, we may have had an infrastructure program or a refresh project and looked at the training engagements required off the back of that. An L&D strategy in IT could give the option and opportunity to look at a proactive, forward-thinking way of managing learning and development and people. The IT strategy is an iterative process to align IT capability with business requirements. Always important to remember, IT is a service to deliver business value, not IT for IT's sake, but to maximize investment and ensure adoption of real business change. Technology plus people equals performance. And of course, it's also very important that we continually, as individuals, look to develop our personal learning journeys aligned to business objectives. So looking at the current skill gaps or digital skill gaps in the UK and how we're looking to close them, some statistics here from Microsoft's Digital Skills Week, which has happened just this week and last week. Important to suggest as well that digital skill gaps are more broadly across an organisation's function and departments. For example, it could be our end users not understanding how to use fully or utilise Microsoft 365 applications, such as Teams, Power BI, Power Apps, Lists, Planner, and subsequently being able to maximise productivity and collaboration within your organisation and maximise the IT's investment as well. This impacts IT departments as can commonly add to increase of workload and questions asked, of course, within IT and its help desks. 69% of business leaders believe there are digital skill gaps. 88% of organisations in 2019 reported digital skills shortages. And many say the lack of skill strategy to progress and skills in fulfilling emerging technologies. Turning challenge into opportunity is really key within learning and development strategy and commitment to collaborate. Recent events have been a good example of how the broader digitalisation have worked in organisations. 4 key steps to bridge the gap: digital skills audit, understanding through training needs analysis what ability have you got within your organisation and within your people, quality tailored on the job training, building lifelong learning culture, and leading and supporting change in supply chains as well. The World Economic Forum has stated that around 85 million jobs or job types will disappear by 2025, and caveat that with around 97 million new jobs being created in the same time frame, with different technical expertise and training that will enable people in this shrinking digital skills gap. Skill gaps in IT, and we look at various different approaches on this, but at the moment when we're talking about digital business and transformation, 47% of organizations have a concern around effectively aligning technology with business objectives. 46% have concerns around emerging software platforms and skill gaps within those platforms. 42% look at storage, data backup, and disaster recovery as a big and key concern. Web design, development, and project management are also high on the list. Top cybersecurity skill gap concerns as well around data loss prevention, data security, best practices. 57% of organizations are concerned in this area, as well as 50% of organizations being concerned around firewalls, antivirus safeguards. Cloud security, 42% of organizations are concerned. So lots of data that's telling us that this is happening, this is real to us in our organization. And whilst a lot of this data has been correlated probably back in 2019, it is actually set to grow and probably be more critical as the year has gone on. So how can we start our L&D strategy? What can we do to improve what we're doing in our organizations? The starting point for an effective L&D strategy is to recognize the internal and external context of the organization. This includes the industry, the business needs, and the rationale that drives overall organizational strategy. Some examples may be the unique business offer and its competitive advantage, changes predicted in the business environment, the rate of growth or decline, the competition and the degree of technological change required to adapt to those changes, the need to change and adapt to economic circumstances, and of course how customers or our staff and end users are served and the nature of their expectations. 8 steps to create a learning and development strategy. And these steps are listed in a structured approach to developing or reviewing an L&D strategy. The steps might appear elementary, but many organizations' L&D frameworks do not reflect the rigor associated with them. All L&D functions should be providing focus, strategic relevance, insights, innovation, the cost effectiveness as well of any strategic change. Creating a meaningful high-level value L&D strategy is a contribution towards the overall organization strategy and success and value. And it should never be just something that's just what HR does. So we can look at defining the L&D vision, the goals, the metrics, how we measure what a successful engagement, what a successful enablement or people adoption program looks like, ensuring they align with the organization's strategy priorities. Always talking with key stakeholders throughout the business. IT isn't an island and always serves and works best with key stakeholders within the business. Looking at the existing L&D activity, what is it that you do? Do you work around face-to-face training? Is it very much around e-learning or digital training? Is it more around just working with people within your team? Define curriculum to deliver, number one, consult with the key stakeholders, as we say, and based on organizational and roles needs, not employee wish list or entitlements, but innovate and applied solutions, looking at return on investment. Helping people as well within that return on investment to feel empowered and motivated that they know how to do their job in the best possible way. Analyze the gap as well between number 2 and 3 there. Rationalize the curriculum, look at those training needs analysis. Define that learning and development organization and process to deliver that strategy. And while some of these statements may sound very learning and development or HR-led, this all fits within IT and IT teams and departments. Looking at measures, success, and update curriculum and content as appropriate. You may have access to your own content within your organization, or you may work with a third party currently. So reviewing what's available to you is hugely important. So just to finish, thank you again for your time today. It's been great to see you all. If you'd like to discuss ways in which Computerworld can support in unlocking the potential of your workforce, please get in touch. Thank you very much. Goodbye.